Okay, today I'll be drafting a skirt block. It has two darts in the front and two in the back. Now I am drawing a straight vertical line across the top of my paper to establish my waist. And I'm squaring a line from that down horizontally, and that's going to establish the length of my skirt. Okay, I dot it. And I'm going to do it on the other side so that I get a very straight line. And don't forget that you must minus your waistband width from your total length. By the time you sew up your skirt, your waistband to your skirt, you'll have the desired length. So that's going to just serve as a guide. So I have a very straight line across. And that line across is going to establish my M line. So now I'm drawing a straight horizontal line to establish my skirt length. I've just drawn that. And now I am squaring across to establish my quarter hip, which is 9 3/4. Okay. And I'm going to square a vertical line across. And that's going to establish my quarter hip. Right? And I'm going to transfer that measurement to the top and to the waist line, okay? So that I have a very straight horizontal line. And I have, and double check. Always good to double check your measurement. Make sure I have my quarter hip. So now I draw my length. So that's the length of my skirt. And I've established a rectangle. Okay. And now I'm going to draw in my hip depth. My hip depth is 8 1/8 minus 1 1/4. So that should come out to 6 7/8. So whatever your hip depth is, you minus your waistband width from that to establish your hip line, okay? So now I've just established my hip line and I'm labeling so that center front, waist, hip, hem, and I will eventually label the side seam. So now I'm going for my quarter waist. My quarter waist is 7 plus 1.5 inch, should be 8.5. 1.5 inches for the dart. Okay. And I'm going to find the center between that to be 4.25. And I'm going to square down 4.5 for the dart length. Put 3/4 inches on both sides of that line. That's my front dart I'm constructing right now. So, and I'm going to connect the line to complete the dart. Okay. And I'm going to continue the line down to establish my back dart. My back dart is about 5.5 inches, or whatever you desire. The longer it is, depending on your shape. And I've squared the line up a quarter, and that's gonna give me my shape. And I've just used my French curve to shape it, and I'm re-measuring just to make sure that I have the correct measurement. If not, I'll have to do some adjustment. And I have to come in about 1/16, and I take my French curve and I make a smooth blended line. So now I have my side seam at waist. Double check again, make sure I have my desired 1/4 inch waist. Okay, I'm good. Now I can label my side seam. And I'm using a different marker to highlight the back dart, so there's no confusion. Just remember the back dart is always longer. Okay. And now for the back, I'm going down about 3/8 of an inch, and I come out a little bit, make sure it's perfectly squared. I'm going to take my French curve and blend a smooth line and I join it to the waist side seam intersection, right? Yeah. And so I'm measuring my quarter waist to make sure that I've got my desired measurement, and I'm satisfied that my measurement is correct. And now what I'm going to do, I will be joining my grain line for the front skirt. The front is cut on the fold, and so it's going to be a cut 1, and the back is there's an opening, so it's going to be cut 2. So I'm just joining my line to signify a fold. That signifies a fold, and likewise I do it at the top as well. Okay, I do it in a color that matches the front. Okay, and I'm also going to draw in my back grain line in a color that matches the back waist indentation that I made earlier, that 3/8 dip. So now I'm joining my back grain line. Make sure you join a nice long horizontal line. Okay, and that's my back grain line. I'm labeling it so that you can understand. It's my back grain line. Okay, I'm also going to label my front grain line. Right, so I've got labeled my front and back grain lines. Now I'm going to proceed to label my skirt. So that's the back skirt. Put a style number. I'm going to put a size. I'm going to put the cut. Should be cut 2. And I'm going to circle the cut. Okay. Similarly, I am going to label the front skirt in light color. The color that matches what I've outlined for the front. So I put my front skirt, my style number, my size, and that's a cut 1, and I circle it. And it is as easy as that. It's not complicated at all, and it's straightforward.